Here's a look at my Separatist Army from 2026.
I'll start with the ships, first one being a Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator from 2024. Definitely a nice ship, looks absolutely amazing, and obviously perfect for Maul. And it of course has a lot of details inside, like the little probe droids in there that Maul uses to spy on the Jedi in episode 1, and also there should be his speeder bike in there, which fits very, very nice in there, so you can actually fit a lot of stuff in this Sith Infiltrator, and it is one of the fastest ships in the galaxy, which is definitely very nice. Overall, definitely a nice build, and one of the cooler, just gray ships in Star Wars. In 2025, I did get the 327th Battle Pack, meaning I got this very, very nice updated spider droid, or rather dwarf spider droid, which has a lot of posability. Overall, an amazing dwarf spider droid. It also uses a lot of new pieces to make this build way, way better than whatever they had in the years before. This one is a great addition to the arm. Another great addition is the armored assault tank from, I believe, 2022 or 2024. This one did have the 332nd, which was the main reason why I got this. It was the only set, and still is the only set, to have that figure without any helmet holes. But overall, it's a amazing set. I believe it's actually from 2021, but definitely like that dark blue feeling to the, I guess, physical dark blue on this ship. It just looks absolutely amazing, even though I believe they did get the side of the armored assault tanks, like sort of weaponry, I guess, on the side a little bit wrong. I believe it should look like this, but in the set it was flipped over. It's one of the easy mistakes to fix with this set overall, but you can fit a nice battle droid in the center here to actually pilot it. You can of course adjust it all together, and if you lift this up, there is even more space inside, which is definitely nice. And this also came with some nice battle droids, which I will talk about in the later part of this video when I get to the minifigs. Also have a smaller version of it, which is probably the color I don't like. Of course, aside from the size of the models, I think I don't like this color a lot more, but this is the polybag from 2024, and I mean, it definitely does a good job of being that, and it looks very, very nice. They can adjust a bunch of different stuff. Overall, it just looks like perfectly good polybag, definitely one of the better ones compared to some of the polybags we get nowadays. Also, probably the coolest ship is General Grievous' Starfighter, which is the set with the last waist cape for Star Wars, which is great. Honestly, has some amazing figures in it. Sadly, I don't have the figures because I only bought the build, but still, it's an amazing build. You still got those stud shooters on the front, I believe some flick fire missiles on the bottom, one flick fire missile right there, and it's just nice presence altogether, nice model. You can also slide this to fit General Grievous in there, which is very nice, and this back fin adjusts to be in either landing mode, or it can flip to be up here in flight mode. Starting with the front, we have Emperor Palpatine from the Coruscant Guard gunship, who of course is leading the army. I gave him a trans red head to sort of represent the Death Star plans. Also have Sarge Ventress from 2025, great figure to add to the army. And I have two Darth Mauls, one of them being from the Sith Infiltrator from 2024, one of them being the 2012 Santa Maul, which looks absolutely amazing, one of my greatest figures in my collection for my Separatist Army, of course. Behind him, I have a custom from Republic Customs, being a Christmas B2 battle droid, which, I mean, that just looks so good with the Santa Maul there. Definitely a very nice Christmas display. Including that custom, that would make 9 B2 battle droids in my collection. Not including the custom, I would have around 8, which is surprisingly more than whatever I have for the B1s. So I have only one less than my B2s, not including my custom, which will put me at 7 B1s. So not a crazy amount. And I definitely, even though the B2s are really cool, I wish I would have a little bit more B1s. And I only have one with printing that came in the AAT there, which is a Kashyyyk battle droid. Definitely wish they did some pilot droids, some security droids in that B1 style, which would definitely make my army a little bit nicer overall. Also have a stab speeder here, being the brown stab speeder, and I also have the darker blue stab speeder, which obviously goes with my AAT a lot better than the brown one does, and I definitely like this build just a lot better. I feel like there's maybe a little bit of room for like a control panel with the thicker HUD piece on it. The actual build, like putting aside the color, I feel like the build for this is just a lot better than the other one. Not sure which one is the most updated. I think it's actually this one. Might be the most updated one, the brown one. Haven't gotten a stab speeder in a very long time. That would actually be a good sort of poly bag, just a battle droid with stab speeder. That would just be really cool poly bag. But one of my favorite, if not my favorite droids in my collection is this commando droid, who looks absolutely amazing. I did add some clear pieces to make him a little bit more angled, because I feel like that's one of the only problems with battle droids is how not they're angled. You know, you can't really like move them around as much, and the legs kind of make this figure look a little worse. So maybe if they even just like split the legs and we were able to move it like up and down, not even crazy, just overall articulation still would improve this figure a lot. But I definitely like this brown color more than the gunmetal gray color. I know a lot of people may not like that, but I definitely got this one. I got this one last Brick World, mainly because I didn't want to get the MTT with the gunmetal brown ones. I feel like this one was a lot better to just have that flat brown. It does have a little red dot on the torso, very nice overall head mold, and also gave it a little machete to act as a vibro sword that the commando droid has. And I also thought, why not throw Jango in the back? I don't think there is any room overall for a Jango Fett slave one. I just thought he would be a very nice to just have in the corner of the setup. That is going to do it for my Separatist Army of 2026. From 2025, the last time I made this video, I don't think there's really been too many changes. I just thought I'd overall give you an update of how my army is going along. I don't think I had these two figures yet to add to the army yet. At that time, I believe it was around Christmas time, I got these figures and I actually like unboxed them and stuff. So I'm not sure when I did my last Separatist Army video, but it's nice to just get an update on how everything looks, even if not a crazy amount change. But overall, it's not like my biggest army, but it does have some cool figures overall. It's not one of my armies that I focus on mostly, but definitely Separatist Battle Pack in the future would be absolutely amazing. But that's going to do it for the end of the video. Hope you all enjoyed. Have an amazing rest of your day, and see you all in the next one.